All right, water signs. Your overall energy is the Page of Pentacles. If you are in a Cancer, Scorpio, or a Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising, these messages are for you for this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you could be dealing with an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But you also could be focusing on your finances or learning some sort of a skill.
Disclaimer, my readings are not for the faint of heart. Must have thick skin.
All right, so you also have the Emperor, the Two of Cups. Then you have the Ace of Coins, the Ten of Swords, the Nine of Cups, the Ten of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. All right, so like I said, overall energies, relationship-wise, I kind of get the energy of someone who is coming off like a father or a protector. So either you're in a relationship with this person already and this person wants to protect you. They want to be the breadwinner. They maybe have like traditional values when it comes to relationships. It could also be talking about the father of your child. Maybe there's something going on with you guys. It also could be that you're having a connection with someone who is coming off like an authoritative figure. So maybe there's a connection with your supervisor. Maybe you just started, or you're someone's assistant, or you're learning something at a job and this person is always observing you and maybe they like you. Now, if it's not in a romantic way and this is just like, something about your superior looking at you, I feel like they like you. They might feel like you're a good asset to the company. Also, career-wise, you might be wanting to do what you love. It definitely seems like you could be focused on being independent, being an entrepreneur. Maybe you're deciding that you want to start your own business. And so you could be like quitting your job and then deciding that you just want to focus on your own business. But I do feel like it's going to be like a lot of hard work. I feel like you're learning a new skill. And I feel that there could be some sort of new opportunity that comes your way. You could get some sort of an offering, but it also looks like maybe you choose to decline it. It also could be that as soon as you start something new, you let it go. You're like, maybe you tried it, you didn't like it, and now you're done with it. Especially in regards to career, but it could be a personal or a relationship too. Like you decided you'd give it a chance, you went out on a date, and then you just kind of chose that, decided that you wanted to focus on you. You're like, oh no, I can wait. I like my own company. Now, also in regards to a decision that you make, it could be that you're choosing to focus on you or take on some sort of responsibility. It seems like you're headed towards some sort of changes. I feel like everybody's getting like the energy of new beginnings and endings. So yeah, this could be happening for you too. Especially if it is about becoming independent, or maybe you're choosing to move out on your own. You could have just purchased some sort of property. It seems to like whatever path that you're on is the path of your destiny, or it just feels destined, like this is what you should be doing. Also, if something starts to get really easy for you, I feel like that's a sign that you're on the right path. Mm. So one other thing that could be going on is that you meet somebody new, or you're connecting with someone new. But maybe this person is ending a relationship or has just gotten out of it, so they could be newly single. I feel like you're going to be very busy this weekend, though. I feel like you're trying to tie up loose ends. I feel like you're throwing things out. Maybe you're also trying to clear up some sort of space in your home, getting rid of like old things or junk. And I feel like you are going to be proud of decisions that you're making, or you might feel like something was the best decision of your life. You're like, I'm so glad that I did this because that was the best decision of my life. So I feel like you're going to be really proud of yourself. You also might pride yourself on the things that you've earned or accomplished in life. You're like, I did this all by myself. Like, I bought this house, or I built this house on my own. I did this on my own. So I kind of feel like there is that sense of pride as well. Even though I see like a couple, it still is giving off like independence. And somebody else got this too, kind of like celebrating your independence. I feel that you're also choosing to not to go against the grain, but you're allowing change to come in, or you are embracing some sort of change. You're like, things are changing, but I'm embracing it, or I'm going with it. If you are in a relationship and you guys don't break up, it still seems like there is some sort of big changes happening as a couple. Maybe you guys are going to decide to venture out and buy a piece of property together. Maybe you're wanting to go to Costa Rica and start a bed and breakfast, or something seems like wanting to have like a retreat, or some sort of sanctuary. Like if you're going to work, it's like it needs to be under some sort of beautiful conditions. You're like, if I'm working hard, it's at least, or if I'm going to have my own business, it's at least going to be something that I love. I have to, work from home or work around beautiful things and scenery. So because you're so passionate about something, you could be willing to take on some sort of big burden. Now, if nothing happens like this weekend, I feel like it's leading up towards the next season, which is Libra season. So maybe you are, and it does make me think of like harvesting, like when you have to harvest things because the fall is coming in. You're like, oh, okay, let me gather all the plants that bloomed over the summer, and let me go store them. So it does look like you are harvesting everything, and getting ready to put them into storage so that you can have something to sustain you over the winter. So you could also literally be in farming. Whatever you're doing also seems like a gamble. You're like, I know it's a gamble for me to let this go or to leave this situation, but I'm doing it. I feel like the outcome is still kind of like up in the air. This also could be a situation where you get to shape your reality, or choose your destiny. Like maybe something is like given to you. It's like, okay, you get to spin the wheel. You get to decide where your life is headed. But it's still kind of like you don't know where you're going to land, because it's still making me think of like Wheel of Fortune. And when they spin the wheel, you don't know if it's going to land on bankrupt or if it's going to land on $10,000. Like whatever you're doing is some sort of a gamble, and you don't know where the chips are going to fall. I feel like all you know is that you're supposed to be headed in this direction. Yeah. It's kind of like that same energy coming out. Investing into something that's risky. Of course, it could be some sort of business venture or something in regards to home or real estate, but it could be a relationship too that you're gambling on. Like you're like, I don't know where this relationship is going to go, but I'm going to take a gamble on it. And it definitely seems like this person could be an earth sign. Could be an Aries too, but I kind of feel like it's more about the nature of the Aries. Like maybe this person's a self-starter, very focus driven, independent. So now also, if this is about someone pursuing you, I feel like this person has been strategizing. They've been observing you and can kind of get a feel of how something's going to play out. And I feel like they have a plan A and a plan B. And so even if you decline this person's first initial offer to take you out or whatever, I feel like they're going to dust themselves off and try again. So I don't feel like they're going to quit. They're going to keep coming towards you. It also could be your destiny to meet someone that is like very important. Financially, you really might be looking into, what you can invest into. Maybe you got a little piece of change. It just seems like you have a token and you're like, okay, I can invest in this. Maybe it's going to be cryptocurrency. I don't know, but it does seem like you're taking some sort of a gamble. I feel like initially maybe you were emotionally trapped or stuck. But it seems like you're disconnecting from your emotions so that you can make some sort of decision for yourself. I kind of feel like somebody is like, I gotta eat, or I gotta do what I gotta do to eat. So I kind of feel that you are doing things to protect yourself. You're putting yourself first financially. You could be cutting off friendships or cutting off communication with certain people if it's going to improve your health. If someone has been having fertility issues, I don't know, there could be good news that comes later on down the line. But I kind of feel like somebody did suffer from some kind of fertility issues. I feel like something is restoring your confidence. You might initially be disappointed with the way something turned out. Or maybe you feel like somebody let you down, or people let you down. But that led you to realize that you can only depend on yourself. Yeah. Something's going on where you realize that you have to take matters into your own hands. You have to become everything. You have to be like the mother and the father. You have to be the employer and the employee. Like something's going on where you're like, I have to take on everything on my own because people have let me down, or people have proven to be people have not proven to be trustworthy or dependable. You also might choose a more difficult path. Or spiritually, you're realizing that you chose a difficult path. Yeah, but I feel like you're choosing some sort of difficult decision, but at the same time, you're like, I can do this. I got this. I feel that whatever path that you're on or the direction that you're going in is being supported by the universe. If you study astrology, I feel like the stars are supporting your decision, like you're making the right decisions according to the alignment of the stars, which is maybe working in your favor. Spiritually, I feel like you are being supported. I just kind of feel like whatever path you're on is that saying, like, nobody said it was going to be easy, but you're okay with that. I feel like you're also keeping an open mind in regards to whatever is happening in your life. Yeah. All right, so let's pull some energy cards. All right, additional messages for water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising for this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right, you have man holding a coin, envy, the garden and the gate, and overall energy, angel of balance. All right, so whatever is going on, I feel like you just want peace. I feel like you also had them, you know, like weighing the pros and cons of a situation. And it seems like you're choosing some sort of opportunity. Now, or it's like an opportunity being presented to you and you're torn about it. And like I said, the outcome looks like it's still up in the air. It looks like it's like a coin flipping in the air and it's going like heads, tails, and you don't know how it's going to land. Now, you could be envious of someone else's life, or someone is feeling that way about you. Or if something is given to you, someone is wondering, how did you get that? Why were you chosen for XYZ? If you're looking at property, I feel like people are looking out their windows trying to see like the potential new neighbor. I'm also feeling like maybe you're needing to be quiet or secretive about certain things that you're getting ready to do, or the moves that you're making, because there are envious people around you. But I kind of feel like both the main reading and this reading is indicating that something is up in the air, like the outcome. Whether you've made a decision or not, like even if you have decided that this is what you're doing, or you're like, okay, this is what I'm doing, this is the direction that I'm going in, I still feel like the outcome is still kind of unknown. But it could be that the universe is waiting for you to make a decision, and that's why the outcome is still just kind of out there, because you need to take some sort of action towards it. Yeah, well, I kind of feel like you need to choose wisely. Make sure that you are listening to your intuition. Um, yeah, for the most part, I feel like maybe you're leaning towards following your heart and not so much, the practical things. You're like, this is what my heart is telling me to do. And that might be why there is some sort of hesitance or blockage, because you're not trusting your intuition. And also could be listening or allowing envious people to get in your ear, and you can't listen to them. All right, so let's pull your your love oracle reading. You deserve love. You are lovable. So I kind of feel like somebody is aiming at you. I feel like you're being pursued. If you're single, and like I said, there's someone who's been observing you and is getting ready to shoot their shot. If you are in a relationship, maybe you're needing your partner to do something for you to show you that you are deserving. Or maybe they're doing something to show you that. If you are a pursuer, I kind of feel that you've got your eye on someone already, and that is your focus. And, maybe you're getting ready to take some sort of risk with pursuing the person that you've got your eye on. All right, so hopefully these messages help. Feel free to leave your feedback. Thank you guys for watching. Sending you love and grace.